Okay, I'm hoping we're live again. Having a little bit of difficulty, a little bit of an issue. Shoot. Just dropped my phone. Let's go to Cirrus chat, everybody, if you could, until we make sure that we're up and running. One second. Until we make sure that we're up and running. Okay, I think we are up and running. And by the way, I'm hearing a red-bellied woodpecker. I mentioned earlier that I heard one at Montezuma, but I believe I had forgotten to mention it. And I'm hearing somebody in the distance drill. You know, a different woodpecker. I'm not sure where it is. Anyway, let's continue on. Hopefully our luck will hold, because I had a hard time starting back up. Okay, just heard a hairy woodpecker and a jet taking off. Okay, listen for the tree frogs. Just heard a cardinal. A blue jay. So this is a red-bellied woodpecker. And I can't get it right now on camera. Let's keep moving. Sun's out. It's beautiful here. Really. Oops. Hearing a cardinal, and I believe I'm hearing a white-breasted nuthatch. Just heard a downy woodpecker. There's a northern cardinal again that we're hearing. I'm struggling to show you this turtle. It's a snapping turtle because of the water. Sorry, I'm going to get a fly off of me. If we're lucky, it'll come out the other side and we'll be able to get a better look. No, maybe not. The reflections are giving us the problems. Okay, we're going to keep moving. Hearing the nuthatch. Might have heard a... Was that a starling I heard? Maybe. I wouldn't mind looking at that turtle longer, but we just don't have time if we want to see the woods and see the campus. Neat to see. I'd say, was it a large turtle? I don't know. I think I may have seen bigger in the past, but it seemed fairly large. I don't know how, it's hard to tell exactly how large it was. Certainly larger than the eastern painted turtles we often see here. Having, the other camera that I've been using today might have, provided a real advantage seeing that, because I could probably look beyond the reflections on the water's surface and maybe could have had a closer look. I mean, I'd have to use a different lens. I couldn't use a scope at that range. It was just too close, but... might possibly have had a good look. I don't know. It all depends. So often the light can work with you or against you. Now I see someone up ahead. He or she is kind of stopped. I wonder if he or she sees something. That person may be holding binoculars, I'm not sure. But now has changed direction, so I wonder if he or she actually sees anything. Or if it's just a matter of looking around. Well, he's continuing to walk, so maybe he doesn't see anything special.
Anything special up there? There's been a barred owl here.
Today?
I haven't seen him today.
Oh, okay.
I've seen him twice in the last 3 weeks.
Okay.
First time was in this tree over here, but it's not there today, and the other one was up in that pine tree. But he moves around and he is hard to find.
Well, this is their territory.
Yep.
And I've, not recently, but weeks ago, I saw on a couple occasions, actually 2 weeks in a row, in that pine tree. So
I don't think he moves around too much, but right now the light is his friend.
yeah.
Because it is fading quickly.
Well, good luck.
Thanks. To yourself as well.
Thank you. Little does he know that I often make a special effort to look for barred owls here in this area. And he does have a point, though. They're not necessarily easy to see. The problem is not only that they match tree bark and tree trunks pretty well, but the problem is, I mean, if there's one on the other side of a tree trunk, you're not going to be able to see it. And there are so many places for them to hide. As you look around here, obviously there are a lot of different potential perches for an owl. Or for any bird. And it's one thing if a bird is vocalizing, but if you're an owl remaining quiet during the day, we haven't seen an owl here in a few weeks. Earlier, in the winter, we had some luck. 2 or 3 weeks, over the course of 2 or 3 weeks, but lately, no. I won't look around too much. I want to keep going. Here's the pine tree he was referring to, and we've seen one just for a robin, and we've seen one there ourselves on a couple occasions over the years, a few occasions. But anyway, it could be up there in the tree, just much higher and with our view blocked. It's always possible. Maybe I should have walked along before turning here. Maybe I should have walked along the trail and continued on a little bit. But again, we have the time pressure. It looks bright and sunny now, but it'll get dark soon enough. you can hear the frogs up ahead. Or maybe they're not up ahead, but they're closer to the pond, I believe. Quiet. Trying to concentrate. Well, we're going to keep going. I am looking to see if maybe I can find an owl, but just heard a crow, and I thought I was hearing something else. A lot of noise here between some road and airport noise overall, but definitely between the frogs and the geese. It's not easy to hear things. So far, so good in terms of mud levels. The trails are relatively dry. Now, we still haven't, of course, we're not near, really close to the pond, and there are some spots where things may be muddy. What am I hearing? Sounds like it's moving, but I don't see anything yet. I don't know if it's crows or... Could it be a raven? It's not getting any closer, so whatever it is. There are some, sounds like some Canada geese might be coming in, I'm not sure though. Hesitant to move because right now I've got a tree trunk blocking the sun from blinding me. Now the vocalizations have essentially stopped. Whatever they were. Let me look with binoculars a bit. Just like with the owls, you know, we've got all sorts of tree trunks in the way, so whatever it was that was making that noise, it may be impossible for us to see from here. because we're not going to, once it comes closer, we're not going to see it. And maybe not even hear it again. Okay, frog time. That is a belted kingfisher. And it looks like, you see the brownish band? I believe that means it's a female, because the males don't have that, just as I recall. You could say that they're less colorful than the females are, or they have fewer colors anyway. So anyway, that's a belted kingfisher. I was wondering if we would see one today. Let me look around with binoculars. I haven't seen any ducks yet of any sort here. Might have heard one, but I haven't seen one. So these are eastern painted turtles, a lot smaller than that snapping turtle we saw a little while ago. Just heard another song sparrow. My camera is indicating that it's noisy, thinking it's like wind noise. Well, it's not wind noise, it's the frogs. Okay, let's, I think we're going to get going. This is a beautiful scene, though. Oh, there's a hooded merganser. That is a male. So for me, it's a 3 merganser day. 3 merganser species day. Did see a common merganser earlier. We didn't see it well, but we saw one. And I'm going to show you later, if I can, red-breasted mergansers. And now I see the, I've just seen the male hooded merganser. All right, let's keep going. Like I said, beautiful scene, and actually this is a nice way to light the pond. You know, the pond is smooth, there aren't any lily pads, no ice on it. It's really beautiful here. Blue sky, it's gorgeous. It'll fill up with lily pads soon enough, and you know, oh well. Okay, let's keep going. You know, we haven't seen a lot of variety here today, but we've seen some. And I'd say overall we've had a lot of good things to see today. Now, you know, some of them I haven't shared with you yet because I recorded them on my way back from Montezuma. But hopefully we'll do that. I see 2 geese coming by and make it 3. I don't know if anyone else is flying by. Oh, it sounds like there are a couple that might be close here. I haven't seen them yet, though. They might be nearby, but I'm not sure. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't see them. Might be hearing northern cardinals. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, I do see them. The Canada geese, that is. Right here. 1, 2. We'll leave them alone. As I've said before, this is the time of year when you start to see, you know, maybe pairs of Canada geese here in various locations where maybe you wouldn't ordinarily see them. They seem to pair up and try to I think try to possibly find good nesting spots. That's my guess, and that's what it seems like they do. And so that happens. And then assuming nests, one or more nests are successful, then you often see, or at least we have over the last couple of years, again, you know, maybe seeing the geese where we don't ordinarily see them the rest of the year when they're walking around with goslings. You have to remember, you know, on the pond, there's not that much on the pond itself, not that much for the geese to eat. Sometimes they'll be, you know, sticking their heads underwater and getting some sort of vegetation from underneath the water surface. But you know, most of the time when you see Canada geese, they graze on grass or whatever. And well, we see them often in like cornfields. But the pond itself is not a great source of food. So, you know, if they have goslings, they have to, you know, go to the various areas here at the woods that are, you know, that provide something to eat for them. And they can't stay on the pond the whole time. Who's that? Hey! That is a ring-necked duck. You can see the little ring on its bill, not its neck, but you can see that from here. And also, now you can see better. This is a male. Well, now you can't because it's turning away. You can see that white triangular spike, or however you want to call it, closer to its shoulder. That helps to distinguish it, at least for me, from a scaup. So these are the only ducks we've seen today. We've seen now here, we've seen